Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Shadowbringers. In the last episode, we did all of the side quests that were available in Gate Town. Got to kind of know some of the citizenry there. And then proceeded back on with the main story quest, where we're trying to proceed with Alphino's plan to trade fruits and vegetables for pearls and use that business contact as a means of gaining entry into Eorzea. Unfortunately, it does look like that the individual who overheard us while we were discussing that plan has attempted to usurp it by taking the produce that we were going to be using for it and looking to trade it himself. And so we ran into him. His name is Kai Shear. Kind of got his sob story a little bit. And Alphino, guy that he is, went ahead and said, you know what, fine, you can use this method. Gave him the rundown. And we'll come up with another plan. And while we were kind of leaving that whole conversation, we noticed that there was someone out on one of the beaches here who looked to kind of be washed up and unconscious. So we're going to be heading out to them to see if we can figure out if they're alright. And see what's going on there. Okay, so that's where we're at. So it's down here, a fickle existence. Rescue the weakened wretch is the quest, so Colusian Bison. Okay, well there's Alphino and the weakened wretch. So let's go ahead and see who this is, and if they're still breathing. That should take care of the worst of his injuries. Mercy, I beg you. Breathe easy, sir. No harm will come to you here. The poor man is shivering. Pray keep an eye on him while I get a fire going. I thought for certain I was dead. However, how am I ever to repay this kindness? We'll settle for the tale behind your current predicament. Why don't you begin by telling us your name? Tristal. I was invited into Eorzea to work as an artist. A wealthy couple took me in to paint pictures for them, but when my style proved contrary to their taste, they just as quickly turfed me out onto the street. I was left penniless and patronless, a grave sin in Lord Valthry's city. Within days, they had brought me before the man himself, and he asked me what I meant to do. Dejected as I was, I told him that I wished to leave. Little did I know how soon he would grant me my wish. They flung me over the balustrade into the God's damned ocean. From up there, how were you not dashed to pieces? Don't ask me. Luck, I suppose. Though if you hadn't found me when you did, it wouldn't have counted for much. Monstrous. And the citizens condone such barbaric punishment? Oh, without a second thought. When Lord Valthree passes judgment, no one so much as blinks, let alone argues. In Eulmore, his word is law. Alright, so we got a little bit of information about the ruler of Eulmore. He doesn't seem like a very pleasant individual. The more I hear about Eulmore, the more determined I am to see what waits within its walls. I shall bend all my thoughts towards securing another way into the city. There must be something we can do. But first, we should convey Tristol to the shelter of the village. Fire or no fire, he needs to be out of this chilly coastal air. A way into the city? Does he have an idea? Alright, so looks like we're going to be back to... Right, so I'm going to just teleport over there because it's going to be the quickest way to get there. Alright, Tristol. Pray accept my deepest gratitude. I owe you both my life. And, if you'll permit me, I would assist you in your attempt to enter Eulmore, insofar as I am able, at any rate. To be frank, the thought of sending my saviors into that awful place makes me sick to the stomach, but since it's plain you've set your minds on it, you should take this. It's my favorite paintbrush. The Eulmoran elite are never satisfied until they get exactly what they want, and if I'm not mistaken, the couple I mentioned will be looking for someone to replace me. If you make a show of owning such a well-used brush, you may be able to convince people you have a talent for painting. Are you certain? This is your livelihood. We cannot deprive you of such a treasured possession. I give it gladly after all you've done for me. Besides, I don't think I have the heart to paint anymore. As to what I'll do instead, I honestly haven't decided. But I shan't stay long in this place, not with that city brooding over me. Nay, I'll move on to new lands and a new profession, and I'll keep you in my prayers from now until my dying day. Well, maybe you should head to Crystarium. I'm sure they can find something for you to do. Alright, Alphino weighs the brush you received from Tristol deep in thought. And a whole bunch of side quests have now opened up. Alright, they say kindness is its own reward, but Tristol has repaid us with a gift as timely as it was unexpected. We will, however, need to act upon his advice before another painter steps in to fill the vacancy. Thankfully, I do have some modest skill with a brush. Nothing approaching that of a true artist, of course, but enough to play the role, I would hope. As for you, well, if you don't mind taking a subordinate role, mayhap you could post as my assistant. Then it is settled. All we need to do now is return to Gate Town and await the next appearance of those vile jesters. Alright then. Well, there's some stuff to do here, and a couple of them give ether currents. So, what we're probably going to do is go ahead and work on these. So I'm very close to level 72. On Dark Knight, anyway. Alright, let's go ahead and talk to these individuals and see what we need to do. Euless. Alright, Euless appears to have been waiting your arrival. Okay. Excuse me, but you're the Lady Alphino was traveling with, aren't you? I'm sorry, I didn't quite catch your name. Ah, Ayame. How lovely to meet you. My name is Euless, and I am the acting village mayor. I was hoping some of your talents would pass through right before long. The thing is, I need to visit someone at Stonegazer, but I'm afraid to walk the path alone. Do you think you could provide an escort? Sure. My thanks. I just couldn't bring myself to ask one of the villagers. You see, there was an incident a while back where a veteran band of hunters was badly mauled. Simply mentioning that it's unsafe to wander outside the village these days would be enough to bring back memories of that grisly scene, which is why it's been so difficult to even bring up the subject. But such does not change the fact that the roads are indeed dangerous. Pray meet me on the path to the north and be prepared to fend off the wildlife. That is doable. Alright, but let's see what everybody else needs first, so we can kind of do things all at once. Alright. Denoise? Alright, what do you need? Oh, who are you? Forgive me, it's not often we see travelers in Rite, what with how dangerous it is hereabouts. I even worry for my husband taking the road down to the shipyard, and he's as strong as a Talos. He has been gone a while, though. If you're headed that way, could you please let him know his wife is expecting him at home? Very well. Hasselo? I guess. He's in and over his head, apparently. I'm sorry, miss. Please tell me you're a warrior of some kind. Well, that's precisely what I am. You see, there's a gang of bandits who moved into the area. They used to be residents of Eorzea, but were exiled for stealing from free citizens. Now they've taken to stealing from us instead, and anyone who tries to stand up to them gets a good beating for their trouble. Folks say they're former soldiers, and seeing how those bastards fight, I'm inclined to believe them. We're just farmers here. We need someone who can stand up to them, someone who knows their way around a weapon. Could you be that person for us? I believe I do know my way around a weapon. Alright, you'll teach them a lesson then? Oh, thank you. We've already hatched a plan to track down their camp, poked a hole in a harvest sack, and left it as bait. There's a trail of grain now, leading away from the village to the east, so you might want to start your search there. Alright, cool. And here's a forthright farmer. Excuse me, miss. You seem the well-traveled sort. Would you be willing to accompany me to the Clave in return for a reward? There's a bit of a problem, see. We take turns manning the watchtowers hereabouts, but the last few folk have been driven away from the lighthouse post by sudden and terrible headaches. Every single one of them remembers hearing some sort of screeching wail. We don't know if we're dealing with a sea witch or a roaming banshee, but they all agree the sound is awful enough to chill your blood. How fortunate for me, then, that I have you to back me up. Pray follow me to the Clave, and we can solve this mystery together. A screeching wail out by the lighthouse. Alright, bonded servant. You're going to give a white oak ring coffer. That is going to be, again, level 70 gear. But, you know, we'll take it anyway. Excuse me, miss. But you are a fellow visitor here, yes? I wonder if you would be willing to perform for me a trifling service. I serve a particular family of the Eorzea elite, and it's at the behest of my patron, a man with a discerning taste for fine drink, that I have ventured to the famous breweries of Rite. I haven't seen any breweries. Oh, do you not partake yourself? Otherwise, you would surely be aware of Rite's incomparable ale, and its growing reputation amongst the privileged of Eorzea. In recent years, however, it seems distribution of this golden liquid has ground to a halt, and thus have I been sent to make a purchase directly from the source. A simple task, you might think, except the people of Rite are not overly receptive to visitors from Eorzea, downright dismissive, in fact. Do you understand my dilemma? I need you to speak to the villagers and procure a supply of ale in my stead, a service for which you will be paid most handsomely. Very well. But before I do that, there's one more quest to pick up over here. Boa Mosh. Alright, do you want to hear a ghost story? Of course you do. The old pig farm over yonder once belonged to a family known as the Greeleys. It was around 10 winters ago that their entire sty was butchered by a pack of wild animals. The farm never recovered, and the family scattered to the winds. The Greeley's daughter and her betrothed sought refuge here in Wright, but misfortune's grasp would not surrender them so easily. The lad was slain by the Kyocene last year when the Eater attacked our village. And the lass, mad with grief, threw herself from the bridge that bears her family's name, drowned right there in the river. Ever since, folk have avoided that spot, convinced that Greeley Bridge is haunted by the girl's anguished spirit. You think the tale a tall one? Go to the bridge yourself then, and call out her name, Ismella. Okay. Alright, I guess while we're in town, we'll go ahead and see about the ale. See if they have any for sale. Venerable Villager. You're wanting to buy some Wright ale. Well now, we was indeed famous for our ale once, but that age is long past. Any barley we grow these days is bound for the oven or the cooking pot. There's not to be spared for brewing beers and the like. You put that young back to work bringing in the harvest, though, and I might be convinced to part with a bottle for my private stock. Alright. Guess we can help harvest some barley. And this shouldn't involve any combat, but you never know. Alright, you brought me my barley then. Indeed. Thank you, lass. There's fewer hands around to help ever since the... It's a good drop, our right ale is. Slides down the throat like honeyed sunshine, so they say, and before you know it, you've downed the whole damn bottle. Drink it slow and easy, lass, or you'll be waking up with a sore head come the morrow. Well, it's not for me, unfortunately. Alright, were you successful in your bargaining? Yep. I see. That would explain why the trickle of ale into Yulmore has ceased altogether. I shall report the situation to my patron and see what can be done, provided in the form of laborers and surplus comestibles. In any case, I thank you for securing this precious bottle, kind traveler. Your payment as promised. Excuse me. Alright then. So what I think we'll do next is head out to the bridge. No. Witch of the Sea. Let's do that one first. That one is slightly amusing. You kind of have to put two and two together here for this particular quest, because you have to remember one of the ones we've already done in Gate Town. A screeching whale that is giving people headaches over here by this lighthouse. This happens to be where that one character was practicing her singing. And apparently, it's enough to drive people crazy and give them pounding headaches. Forthright Farmer. Alright, I don't hear anything. Maybe we should split up and have more of a look around. Once you're satisfied there's naught to find, you can meet me back here at the lighthouse. Alright, well here's the destination. You're nothing but the lapping of the waves. It's still saying there's something over here. There's a destination. Alright, the waters here swell and crash with cacophonous violence, rivaling the stormy seas of Lenosha. Alright. And here? You think you hear a faint noise, but maybe you imagined it. Alright then. I heard it. That terrible voice. The pain. I can feel my head splitting in half. The farmer seems to be in no state to talk. Perhaps you can soothe him with a few calming words. Alright, we'll do the soothe emote. I think I might live, thank you. The keening din seemed to pierce my very skull. I'd never heard the likes of it. If there truly exists a sea witch who murders sailors with their cursed screams, that is how I imagined her voice would sound. At least we know which areas are too dangerous to approach. Come, we must return to right so I can share this with the others. Alright then. Alright, as far as the others... With the chat won't say, and the phrase contains Mela to challenge the spirit on the bridge. Oh, that's up there. Following the grain. I think I'm missing a quest. Oh. Let's follow the grain then. Scattered grain. The trail of grain continues to the east. Some more grain. Trail of grain takes a sharp turn to the south. Alright. This would seem to be our group of bandits. Let's go say hi. But we've got us a sneaky rat, boys. Better grab it by the tail before it squeaks to its mates. Good luck with that. Done. Okay, so I guess while we're over here, we'll head up to the bridge. To deal with that one. Well, I think it may be is that we've actually exceeded the number of trackable quests. Go to my journal. Yep, that one's just fell off the bottom. It's alright, so we'll just finish these up, turn them in, and then we'll get to that one. If I remember correctly, that one's going to be a bit of a long quest chain, so we'll probably do that one last. Alright, so we need to switch my chat mode to say, and is Mela. Well, would you look at that? These guys real quick. All right. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and teleport back to right. And before I turn these in, I want to head down to the Venmont Yards and speak with the well-built woodworker. Alright. Yeah, something I can do for you, stranger? Well, beat me with a hammer. Has it been that long? I was aiming to salvage the planks from this old hull, but she's giving me more trouble than I bargained for. Bit of a waste to leave all this lumber lying around. Not much call for seaworthy ships since the light ate up half the world, you understand? So I reckon it were better for a woodworker like me to put it to good use. These boards, though, they're so tightly joined, I can't pull the bleeding things loose. Here, do me a favor and sprinkle some of this powder in the joints along the keel. I'll keep working on this end. With any luck, I can make it home before the wife stomps down here to fetch me herself. Alright then. See, I guess we're not close enough. There we go. And we got one more after this. Okay then. Alright, that should do the trick. Powdered fine crystal is the best thing for melting wood glue. Just pour a little water and the steam will take care of the rest. This ought to be a one-man job now, thanks to you. Oh, and if you could let Thinwaz know I'll be done within the hour, then you'll have helped me out of 2 rough spots today. Alright. So back to right, turn all these in, and then we have the last side quest series, but that'll most likely have to be for next episode. We'll finish up that particular trail of quests, and then see about getting into Yulmore. Alright. Alright, he's alright then. Well, that's a relief. Wright's had its share of troubles, and a wife does worry. What, he had you help strip planks? The cheek of that man. Still, we're lucky his father taught him the trade at all, even if he uses those skills to take ships apart instead of building them. A woodworker puts food on the table, so I'm grateful to his family for keeping up their traditions. And I'm grateful to you for bringing me peace of mind. Please take this for your kindness. Alright. And here's the guy that we dealt with those bandits for. Alright, you took care of them? I can hardly believe it. We work long and hard for the food we harvest, and to have it all snatched away by those brutes. You'd think with all that training and discipline they'd have an easy time adjusting to an honest life in the field, but I suppose some men are cruel by nature. At least there are good people like you still around to renew my faith in the world. You have our thanks. Very well. Forthright farmer. So it's about all the wailing. Now that I've had a chance to calm down, I feel a little embarrassed by my earlier behavior. I think stories of sea witches and the like may have fed my panic. But not everyone put stock in those old tales, it seems. There was talk of a girl from Gate Town who's taken to visiting the lighthouse to practice her sing... Wait, you don't think that awful Keening could have been... No, surely not. Thank you for standing by me during that terrifying ordeal, and beware of wailing sea witches should you find yourself near the clave again. There we go, level 72. Excellent. Action learned, Stalwart Soul. Let's go see what that's all about. Deals unexpected damage with a potency of 100 to all nearby enemies. Combo action Unleash. That. Okay. Just trying to figure out where I would want to put this. Guess I'll move that there. And put this out here. Nope, that's not what I wanted to do. Okay. So it'll be this, and then that. Okay. Let's go ahead and turn this one in about the spirits on the bridge. Momosh. There were 2 spirits? I think I see. The young lady was with child. It truly was the ghost of Ismella, then. May their souls be returned to the Sea of Stars. We can but pray that such tragedy never again visits us in this lifetime. And pray forgive my frivolous words from before. I had thought only to give you a fright, and instead you gifted those spirits with the peace they deserved. Thank you. Very well. Alright, well. We will work on the Village of Woe quest chain, because it is going to be a quest chain. Next episode, finish that up, and then see if we can get into Yule more, finally. Alright then, well, we'll stop here for now, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.